Can you believe it, guys? Christmas, just a week away. Christmas is in a week. Woohoo! I am so happy about this information. Christmas, just a week away. Oh, wow. Can you believe it? Christmas, just in a week.
4 calling birds, 3 French hens, 2 turtle doves, and a partridge in a pear tree. On the 6th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 6 geese a-laying by.
Why, hello! Hey there, boys and girls! Santa's got his bag of, it's gifts, I promise. Well, how are you? What a pleasure to see you tonight. It's very cold out here. Why don't we step into my house? It sure is chilly, isn't it? Wow. But it's nice to see you. Let me slip into something more comfortable. Well, it's nice to see you, everybody. Welcome. Wait. Tank Pillow and Boss Tamaria. How you guys doing? KB? Yeah, it's Roma Claus. Hey, Beanie Cat as well. Hey, it's good to see you guys. Did you bring me a gift? Wait, no wait, really? You brought me a gift? Please, let me have it. Oh, thank you so much. Wow, cookie. There's like 4. There's like 4 in here. No. I love it. I really love it. But did you leave the others in your car or something, or? So much. Okay. I'm gonna put these away for now. Why don't you join me here on the couch? We're gonna be snowed in tonight. It's gonna be a long night. So why don't we huddle up down here? I got the fire going. Everything is nice. Watch this. I'm now going to enter the couch area. I love sitting on this couch. It's my favorite place to be. Don't disturb the cat. They're sleepy. So, young boys and girls, would you like to hear the story of Father Christmas? Yeah, I think you do, right? Okay, well, see you, KB. See you around, KB. Well, fellas, every year it's customary that we speak on behalf of our Lord and behalf of Santa Claus, the most illustrious and wonderful man in history. He brings joy, he brings gifts. So, let me grab my wonderful storybook. And why don't we begin? Oh, my lower half is... I've never had one, actually. Ooh, a real close-up. How you doing? Please welcome yourself. Let me get out of the way so you can see Santa. I'm gonna move over here, actually. Please welcome yourself to Father Aroma's Christmas special. It's so nice to have you. So, let's look at the first page. On this Christmas Eve with mistletoe hung and Christmas lights glistening, I want to tell you a little story about Santa Claus in the North Pole. We all know about Santa Claus and his marvelous team of magical reindeer and his workshop full of diligent little elves. Followed by his favorite diversity hire, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Every year, the elves work hard to build nice toys for the children on the nice list. And more accurately, those of families in, roughly middle class. Rudolph uses his bright red nose as a beacon to guide Santa and all the other reindeer through the night sky as he delivers presents to all houses he might come by. At the moment, administration in the North Pole features affirmative action policies, a pleasant HR department, and a work-safe, air-conditioned warehouse for the elves who have a well-respected union. However, St. Nick didn't always lead such a tight ship. Over the course of many different violations and harassment claims, Santa's North Pole would be forced to change. Let's talk about the famous Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Many of us have heard stories of how the other reindeer would call him names, and how difficult his road to lead reindeer would be. But the mainstream media had censored the reality of the situation dramatically. He would routinely face discrimination from the other reindeer, with harsh remarks like, "That's a big red nose you got there, Rudolph. What are you gonna do next, take over Hollywood?" And every time you use the microwave, the whole office smells like curry. Some could say that Rudolph was put through hell and back on a daily basis. We found some of the retired elves, no longer bound by non-disclosure agreements, and asked them to describe what Rudolph's experience was like. Allow me to, really quickly, play the audio file of the interviews that I performed with them. So, what was it like when Rudolph first came to the workshop?
Yeah, Rudolph, what an amazing guy. I was there when Rudolph showed up. See, he came from the west, walking through the snow with his nose shining like a light bulb. None of us had ever seen anything like it before, and he was at it right for us. So the other elves and I got out of our stations to go and meet him. You know, we exchanged greetings, and he was really kind. He even let us touch his fur, which all the other reindeer hated. But he was chill with it, and we liked that. He says in that iconic deep voice, "I'm here to help. How can I bring Christmas cheer with you?" And, you know, reindeer can't make toys, but we asked him, "Can you fly?" And that son of a bitch could fly. It was amazing. Nicholas came out of his cabin to see why all of us elves weren't slaving away at those toys, but seeing Rudolph fly was one time he ever let us get away with it, because he was just so impressed. He took Rudolph in, and well, the rest is history.
This was with Corey. So, Corey, do you remember how the other reindeer treated him?
Man, reindeer, man. You know we elves love that boy Rudolph, but the reindeers treat him like shit. They were just so mad that this little red-nosed brother came in and outdid them in every single way. It was just sad. They'd take turns shitting in his stall before he came back from practice. Blitzen tried to plant drugs on his bridle so Santa would fire him. When that fruity Prancer guy even nutted in Rudolph's breakfast once, right in front of him. They were horrible. But there was one time that was really crazy, though. They tried to gang up on him and kill him, right? They brought knives and brass hooves and shit like that, but hey, they didn't know that Rudolph was a black belt in BJJ, 10th and judo. Oh, man. Needless to say, it was brutal. Rudolph just left behind this puddle of broken reindeer, and we all celebrated and drank sake with him all night long. Love that boy.
Isn't that heartwarming? Every night, when the elves were forced to work overtime and sleep under their workbenches, Rudolph would patrol the workshop floor with his light-up nose, making sure that the elves were okay. On some nights that were particularly cold, he would sleep with the youngest elves in the corner of the workshop, where his warmth would radiate and prevent them from getting hypothermia. Now you may ask, Father Aroma, well, elves, they live in the North Pole, how could they get hypothermia? I'm really glad you asked. That's an excellent question. This is misinformation that was actually spread for decades by stations like CNN and Fox News, as they are both partially owned by North Pole Incorporated, which you should know is actually owned by Disney. The truth is, elves aren't actually native to the North Pole. They were actually captured and displaced from the Amazon rainforest, which had fucking bastard Bolsonaro is currently burned to the ground. I bet you didn't think this was gonna get weirdly political, but it did! Anyways. Profit comes before truth, and this was just one of the many facts that was kept hidden by the mainstream media. The greatest example of this was the workshop itself. Over the past 5 years or so, it could easily be considered a genuine workshop. But for centuries before then, it was actually more of a sweatshop. The elves were often mistreated by Santa, and he would patrol the thin, crowded aisles with his jolly old belt. Many elves developed chronic pains and nerve damage in their hands and backs due to the inhuman speed which Santa required them to work. What's worse is that Santa would never allow the elves to medicate in any way. Whether with holistic methods like medical marijuana, or with OTC pharmaceuticals like Advil and Tylenol, and he especially hated prescribed narcotics. Santa didn't believe in narcotics. In a recently uncovered interview, he said this: "If you're gonna make those damn meds, they better end up in a gift box for those pill-popping Yanks. They've got their own war on drugs. I don't want one up here in my country. Ain't none of my elves getting addicted to that shit." Beyond the 1990s, the elves would stand up for themselves. Inspired by the release of the imprisoned Nelson Mandela and the subsequent end of apartheid, they knew they needed to stand up for their elf rights. Many elves would begin year-round protests, marching in the harsh winds of the Antarctic blizzards, raising picket signs above their heads. Finish looking up and end elf hunger were common signs. However, it was the advent of social media that would ultimately spur change within Santa's workplace. Elves would begin to anonymously post photos and stories of their abuse and terrible working conditions, though these were largely ignored as media outlets considered them unsettling and unpalatable to mainstream audiences. The real perpetrator of Santa's reveal was Santa himself. In 2017, an expose was released by TMZ detailing insensitive tweets he made. The most damning was a tweet that said, "They look so good, I just wish they weren't so damn small." Yeah, that one was really bad. The media was quick to take this and run, claiming that he was making an ableist, sexist, and racist predatory remark towards his 100% elf staff. In reality, this tweet was in response to a recipe for bite-sized hors d'oeuvres, but it looked really bad without context, so that was really better. As social justice was the priority over legitimate justice, North Pole Inc. shareholders were finally forced to acknowledge Santa's wrongdoings and pulled some of their fundings to express disapproval. The NPINC dropped a whopping 5% in a matter of days. This was all it took for Santa to pivot his business practices and reinstate a new Silicon Valley-inspired approach to his workshop structure. This included the instatement of a sensitivity training program for the reindeers that Santa did not take, a real HR department and a staff rather than just Mrs. Claus, yearly scheduled health and safety inspections, the installment of an air conditioning unit in the primary warehouse, and an opioid dispenser available to elves that worked more than 70 hours per week. God bless the Teamsters. Most of Santa's posters in the workplace were considered problematic. And instead replaced with images like these. Oh boy. He would also begin a program to provide work for illegal immigrants. However, because they're in the North Pole, ice was all around them. Uh-oh! So that didn't work out at all. Uh-oh! Whoopsies! Wah, wah, wah. So fucking funny! And now, here comes the turning point of our story. It has transitioned into the modern era. Across the planet, and now in 2021, Santa is still watched carefully by the public, to the point it's actually disturbing. This website is the NORAD Santa Tracker. Across the planet, the security company known as the North American Aerospace Defense Command, or NORAD, has actually installed a worldwide surveillance system to keep an eye on Santa at all times to make sure he isn't abusing his power or the defenseless little elves. With this, these are images of Santa that were captured over the past decade. Okay, with this we have genuine proof of where he flies. There used to be rumors that he actually dropped off presents at Epstein Island, but I never saw that on these cameras. But you didn't hear that from me. And in roughly 2 days, you can actually track Santa's progress as well live on the NORAD website. So, ladies and gentlemen, here are some general safety tips for this Christmas. Be sure to watch him when he's in your area. Keep your doors locked. Light a fire in your chimney today, actually, then leave the ashes in the chimney. Then when he when he steps through the chimney, the ashes will be stuck to his boots and you'll be able to see exactly where he went in your house. If you don't do this and something happens to you, or your child, or your property, you will have a very difficult time in court. If there are any children in your home, younger than 16 years old, female especially, this is vital safety information. Do not let yourself be a victim. Protect yourself and protect your family. I hope you enjoy this Christmas and that Santa brings you everything you wished for. Thanks for visiting my show today. I'm Father Aroma and I hope you learned something. That's all for the Christmas portion of this stream. So we're going to take a quick break. I hope you enjoyed this. Well, that's all Father Aroma has for the story time today. Are you feeling safe and comfortable for this Christmas? What a mess. Thank you all for coming to Maria, N-Boss, Audini, Sunbitch, Manaphyte. Welcome everybody. It's nice to have you this year. It really is. It's snippy out there, so stay warm and stay inside if you can. I'm really I'm really glad that you learned something, Beanie Cat. Well, hey, real quick, before we continue, because there is actually more to this bullshit stream, believe it or not, right? There actually is more that's... I wanted to say real quick, all right? Before we get onto the rest of the stream, wait, why is my camera out of focus now? Okay, well, whatever. I did want to say something real quick, all right? This is the one time I'm going to say something this seriously, and I'm even going to mute the blurb thing, just in case, because I really, I do want to talk about this real quick. I just want to say thank you to everyone I can think of. Ronnie, Deathlywu, Audini, Chaos, Ace, Eleo, Boss, N-Boss, Tamaria, Poofles, Aaron's, Exotic Sniper, Johnny Just Starts Standing, Marsha the Archer, Tank Pillow, Kharkiv, Bacon Dragon, Kit Kat, KB, Slagathor, Demonic Angel, Sunbitch, Manaphyte, Audiola. The list goes on. And I'm sure I'm missing a few, but you can rest assured that no matter what capacity you've been here, or no matter how much we've talked, you meant something to me in this broadcast, and you still do. You have no idea how much seeing you smile motivates me. Like, I've got a lot going on in my life that I just can't ignore, right? And a lot of it isn't too fun to deal with, yeah. But, you know, when someone clips something funny, or when I see someone type LMAO, you know, something simple like that, it is such an amazing reminder to keep pushing forward. It reminds me how badly I need to push through just to never give up no matter what, and get back to being the best I can be. And these days, all I want to be is 100%. And I swear, I want to swear to you that that day will come. No matter how slowly, I will keep moving forward. I'll keep improving this project one day at a time. And if it's right for you, then I really hope I get to do that alongside you, because you are all such incredible and unforgettable people. Seriously, give yourselves a hand, because this would really be nothing without you. I'm going to be sending out some personal thanks later. But not really, each and every one of you, I appreciate it. Everything you do. You guys are awesome. Yeah, keeping us up with the streams. It's my pleasure, man, it really is. But yeah, everybody, thanks for being here tonight. Blurp is back on. And yeah, so, fellas, without further ado, I actually have a branching path here for this stream. So if y'all are feeling like relaxing, that's cool. If nobody wants to do much of anything tonight, that's awesome. I'm happy to carry on with this stream and keep it moving. But there are a couple options. I would like to play some games with you, if you want to, right?